why Lord Krishna, who ensured that many a rightful prince got their throne, never sat on a throne himself? Well, let's listen to this tale from Bhagavad Puran to understand the reason behind the Lord's act. When Shukracharya served as the guru of the Daitya king Vrishabhrava, Devyani, his daughter, became a friend of Sharmishta, a princess, and the daughter of the Daitya king. One day, the two went for a bath in a forest brook, accompanied by their retinue of maids, and left behind their clothes on the bank of the stream. While they bathed, Indra manifested himself as a wind, blowing their garments off the bank. In their hurry to retrieve their clothes, the two women donned each other's clothes. A quarrel ensued between the friends, and insults were exchanged regarding each other's fathers. In the ensuing quarrel, Sharmishta and her maids threw Devyani into a well, leaving her to die. Devyani was then rescued by Yayati, who was born in the lineage of Pururava, the son of Moon or Chandra. After saving her from the well, Yayati inquired regarding her identity and returned to his kingdom. Then Devyani sent her maid Gurnika to her father, who conveyed the news of a quarrel and the dire circumstances. Shukracharya was furious with Vrishabhrava and settled down in the forest with his daughter. When the Daitya king begged for the Acharya's forgiveness in person, Shukracharya demanded that 1,000 servants, along with Sharmishta, were required to serve Devyani as an apology. Fearing the sage's wrath, the king conceded and sent his daughter and 1,000 women to serve Devyani in the forest. After a period, Devyani returned to the same forest along with Sharmishta and her other servants. Yayati came to the spot for hunting and they met again. The king and Devyani fell in love, and so the former asked Devyani's hand from Shukracharya, as was the custom. Shukracharya offered his consent readily, but warned that Yayati was not to have nuptial relationships with Sharmishta. Yayati married Devyani and looked well after her in his palace. Yayati sired two sons, Yadu and Turvasu, with Devyani. Unknown to Devyani, he secretly engaged in a relationship with Sharmishta as well, and they had three sons, Dhruyu, Anu and Puru. When Devyani learnt of her husband's infidelity, she left him and returned to her father's place. Angered, Shukracharya then cursed his son-in-law with premature old age. However, upon hearing Yayati's pleas, he agreed to alter it so that Yayati could swap his old age with the youth of any of his young sons. Yayati then approached Yadu, his eldest son, and said, "My son, I require your youth. Please accept my old age and allow me to enjoy the earth in your youthful form." Hearing this, Yadu replied, "O father, old age comes with many difficulties, especially regarding food and health. I cannot accept it. You have other sons who are dearer to you than I am. Please ask any one of them to exchange youth with you." Yayati angrily said, "You fool, you disrespect me. What kind of dharma will you follow? I am your father and guru. Why do you defy me?" Saying this, Yayati cursed Yadu. "O wicked one, your descendants shall never inherit the kingdom." And then he asked Dhruyu, Dhruvayu and Anu the same favor, but they too refused. So Yayati cursed them as well. None of their descendants would inherit his kingdom. Finally, Yayati asked his youngest son Puru, "Dear son, if you are willing, take my old age and give me your youth, so I may enjoy the pleasures of the world." Puru obeyed his father and took on his old age, while Yayati resumed youth and wandered the world. After 1,000 years of enjoying his sensuous youth with his two wives and indulging in sensual pleasures, Yayati returned to Puru, gave back his youth, and took on his own old age once again. At that time, Yayati made a profound declaration, which is worth a deep reflection. I would say these 7 points are a good foundation to base one's life on. Desire is never quenched by indulgence, just as fire is not extinguished by pouring ghee into it. Rather, it blazes more fiercely. Even if all the grains, gold, cattle, animals, and women of the world were given to one man, they would still not be enough. Hence, the wise do not fall into delusion. When a man causes no harm to any living being through thought, speech, or action, he attains the state of Brahma. When he neither fears nor causes fear and is free from desire and hatred, only then does he reach Brahmahood. One who gives up Trishna, that is craving, which does not age even as man grows old, which is hard to abandon and which leads to destruction just like death, he alone finds true happiness. Even when man's hair turns grey and its teeth fall out, a man still clings to hope for wealth and life. All the pleasures born of desires, even those of the heavens, cannot equal even 1/16th of the bliss that arises from the destruction of desires. With this realization, the royal sage Yayati renounced everything and retired to the forest with his wives. There, he performed severe penance for many years. Finally, at the holy place of Bhrigutunga, he attained supreme merit and gave up his body through fasting. Afterwards, Yayati ascended to the heavens, that is, the Swargalok. Now, the very Yadu who was cursed by King Yayati, it was in his dynasty, his lineage, the Yaduvansh, that Lord Krishna was born. To honor the words of his ancestors, Lord Krishna never accepted a throne, nor did he ever sit on one. Interestingly, Krishna's beloved friend Arjun was born in the lineage of Puru, to whom Yayati had given his kingdom.